Hey, everybody, we are back live here celebrating Newbie Productions and all their good works for 15 years, ladies and gentlemen. 15 years. Things don't last 15 years nowadays. That's right. Round of applause. That's right. Give the people what they want.
Oh, yeah.
Things like that don't last very long. And how that happens, ladies and gentlemen, we spoke about this earlier. We've been talking to several people, a lot of people in the community that have had a hand in the growth of Newbie Productions and also have had a hand financially, mentally, spiritually, whatever, supporting this project. Report card, the danger of failing. And one particular way our next guest has supported this cause is by sponsoring this podcast. Thank you so much, sir. Tell the people who you are and where you're from.
Rasheed Lodge with Torii Homes. Yeah, I'm happy to sponsor Newbie Productions anytime. I always try to be involved when I can. Me and Newbie go way back, like we were just talking about, since junior high school. So.
And what junior high was that?
West. Yes.
I can't do it.
What's
You know.
that?
I tried. I can't do
I
it.
got you. We used to practice when we were kids.
Okay, there you go. That arthritis coming in. So Rasheed, Torii Homes. I don't know if I'm familiar with that. Tell me about that. What is Torii Homes?
Yeah, Torii Homes, we're a brokerage, a real estate brokerage. Not just any real estate brokerage, though. Small team. We're people just like you and I, but we're passionate about real estate, right? We do what we can to help the community,
right.
Be there for our people.
Right.
But we're trying to turn the game on its head, really. We do that through a few different ways. One, we try to be there with a white glove approach to our clients. We're there to hold your hand through the whole process, which is important. A lot of people going through the process really don't have that. And we realize that most of us on the team, like I said, we're a small team, but most of us on the team are homeowners ourselves.
So you've been through the process, so you can teach by example.
We've been on the other side,
right.
So we know what it's like. We know what to expect. We know kind of the pitfalls that you can fall into going through the process, so we look out for our clients in that way.
What are some trends that you're seeing with regard to that? Because it's all out there. We don't know what to believe. So being on the ground, having your hand right, having your white gloves all over it, right?
Yep.
Tell me what the trends that you're seeing with regard to real estate, buying homes, selling homes. Where are we going? Are we headed back to an '08?
Yeah, right. I don't think so.
Okay.
Personally.
You said it first. He doesn't think so, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't think.
You heard it here first.
A lot of people are looking for a crash. I personally do not think the crash is coming. Right now, we're inflated on both ends. We have high interest rates and we have high prices,
yes.
Right? So that it doesn't really look like the inventory is going to lead to a crash.
Okay.
There's not enough inventory on the market.
Okay.
The issue with waiting for the interest rates to come down is that we're all waiting for the interest rates to come down.
Any day now.
Any day. So we're like looking at the clock, like waiting for it.
Yeah.
But we're all doing that. So when they do finally drop, they say they're going to drop later on this year, maybe 2025. We'll see. But when that does happen, everybody's going to come rushing into the market, right?
Right.
And what does that do? Then you're going to have battling for the price, and you're going to have, it's going to raise prices right back up. So remember what happened in 2020 when COVID was here? Prices were going up. People were getting in bidding wars.
Yep.
It's going to, that could happen again. We don't want that, obviously, but that's why having a good realtor on your team can really help you to have that knowledge, because there's a lot of misconceptions out there of what to expect, but having that knowledge and looking at the data is what's going to help you.
So now, you said you and Newbie, you guys go way back, right?
Yep.
Way back like car seats, right?
Yep.
So you go back. Now, your path took you to real estate and home buying, brokering. His path took him to media production, those kinds of things. Where did you guys meet, and what was that relationship like?
Yeah, me and Newbie, we were friends junior high school. We used to have lunch every day together.
Okay.
Yeah, real cool. He was like one of my only friends that came to my graduation party.
Oh, no. We'll talk about that later in therapy, ladies and gentlemen. Okay.
But yeah, Newbie's always a good dude. And Will, too. Will, I know Will from high school. They're both just good dudes, like from the heart. That's why I'm always happy to support these guys and what they're doing. Ever since high school, I've been interested in kind of finances, personal finances, with not really having that background with my family. Nobody really was good with personal finances, so that was always something in my mind. I remember my grandmother always telling me back then take care of your credit. Take care of your credit. Say it again for the people in the back. Take care of your credit. That's what my grandmother would tell me. But when I'm 16, 17, you don't know what that means.
Right.
What is credit? Like, what do I need it for?
Right.
You know? So I remember taking an elective in high school as a finance class. And learning something there, but not really everything I needed to know. So going into college and not having the scholarships that I needed and signing up for student loans and falling into that pitfall, that all can come just by not having the knowledge of personal finances. And that's what, that kind of led me to where I'm at today.
And you mentioned something about being able to take an elective that had to do with economics and finance and trying to prepare you for that, but it still wasn't enough, right? So now I'm thinking, as we're here, talking about Report Card and Newbie Productions, they're trying to finish it, looking for donations and any kind of contributions that they can with the QR code right there. With that focus of not wanting to fail and the danger of failure, what would have helped you then? For you to be here now, knowing that you had an interest in finance, you had an interest in that, and you started to do it, but there wasn't enough. What did you need then?
I needed somebody who knew the realm, who knew the world of personal finance. The issue that I had back then was not having enough information. The issue that I think kids have today is having too much information. You have the internet now where there's all these different resources that you can find, but you don't know who's playing you. You don't know who's real. You don't know what, and now with AI, you really don't know who's real.
I don't know. I think I'm artificial right here. I don't even know. Who knows? Right? You're right.
Right.
You're
so
right.
just having somebody like in front of me who knows, who can guide me, one-on-one is what I think I needed back then and didn't have.
So now, if people want to get interested, or if people are interested in home ownership, like you said, full disclosure, my husband and I, we've been looking for a home for a while now, and some of those things were the issue. The interest rate was too high. We were waiting for the housing prices to go down to finally balance that out. It hasn't happened yet. The inventory is not so great, right? So for what a regular average family can afford, is it safe? Is it in a safe area? Those are all the kinds of things that we had to look out for. So what advice would you give someone who's looking to get into home ownership for the first time?
My biggest piece of advice for somebody looking to buy right now is know what you can afford.
Woo!
You have to know what you can afford. The banks, you go to a bank, they're gonna pre-approve you.
Right.
But when the banks pre-approve you, they have their own factors that they're looking at. They're not looking at the factors that you care about. They're not looking at your Netflix bill. They're not looking at all your little subscriptions. They don't care about that. They have other factors that they look into. So you have to know what you can afford. They're gonna approve you for a certain amount that may be over what you can truly afford, and you don't want to jump into that.
You're so right. Everybody got those Klarna payments hanging around, right?
Every
2 weeks they come. Every 2 weeks, and we're not ready. And that mortgage comes, that'll make you negative, right?
Buy now, pay later.
I don't know. I mean, I'm talking about other people. but anyway, so now, what do you know about this particular documentary that we're raising funds for now, Report Card? What is your connection to that? What do you know?
Yeah, so from Newbie Productions, I know I'm always going to get greater quality, so I'm expecting that. Higher expectations that me and Newbie have talked about, another one of these.
Oh, right, I know,
right? But really, what is education in America? And, I'm looking forward to seeing how Newbie Productions really dives deep into that, because that's a big question. I have kids. That's important to me. That's close to my heart. So my kid's gonna, most likely be in the public school system. I'd like to see Newbie's take on it and Newbie Productions take on it.
What do you want for your kids educationally?
I look for, me and my wife, we look for diversity is one thing. We don't want them to grow up seeing only one type of person, one type of people. We grew up with that. I think that was huge in my upbringing for my outlook on the world. So I look for that for my kids. I look for protection, security, which is something that's huge right now.
Yes.
It's very important to my heart. I want my kids to be safe when they go to school. When you're sending your kids to school, you're trusting them in somebody else's hands. and that's not always the easiest thing to do.
Right.
You know, so
Besides home, school is the longest place that kids will be, multi-hours.
exactly.
So now, with your perspective on what you want going forward for your family, and being a community investor in Newbie Productions and in this particular project, why is it important for other community agencies and businesses to reinvest in these kinds of projects?
Oh, it's so important. It's really so important for many reasons. But the best thing I can say is a rising tide raises all boats.
Say that one more time.
A rising tide raises all boats. We're all going to go up together if we invest back here. It's like a circle. It'll come right back around to you. It'll come right back around to your family. We all have family. We all come from something. And if you want to see that benefit for your family, that's what it takes.
That is interesting, too. And I'm thinking, too, with people looking to buy homes and things, the education system has got to be important if you have kids, right? So, yeah, it's a broad spectrum, but it is super narrow at the same time.
It's closely tied together, for sure.
So now, what do you want to see Newbie Productions do next? What, in a perfect world, they say they have all the funding, we got everything today, and now we want to see what's next. We want to know what you want to see next. What do you want to see?
As in topic or?
Yeah, sure.
You know, I know, he's done sports. He's done, the country in general he's doing. He's doing the schooling. I don't know what I want to see, but I do know one thing I want to see. I want to see another Emmy here. I want to see another Emmy here.
You heard it, the Academy, National Academy of Awards, blah, blahs. Another Emmy for Newbie Productions, especially for a report card for which we are here today at Brax, ladies and gentlemen, raising funds. Scan that QR code. One thing. Now, you've done your part.
All right.
Thank you.
Of course.
Call out 2 people to have them do their part.
2 people?
Sure.
I'm going to call on Corvington DeMond and Imran Razi.
Okay. You heard it here first. Tell them, what do you want them to do?
You guys come on down here. If you can, grab a raffle card, a raffle ticket, and support, sponsor.
And as you come down here to Brax, ladies and gentlemen, 1280 Belmont Street in Brockton, when you come with your coupon card that allows 20% of your purchase to come back to Newbie Productions, you can also do that with gift cards, right? So you can also use that on the gift card. So come on down. Thank you so much, Rasheed. We're going to talk to you more about the home ownership thing because we want to make sure we get our people positioned to do the right thing for the future.
I want the same.
Thank you for your support, your continued support, and I will see you again.
All right. Reach out to me.
All righty. Thank you so much. Torii Homes. Check them out.